outlook. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are talking about the offshore wind market and its development prospects. Record offshore wind power in China in 2021. In 2021, 21.1 gigawatt of offshore wind capacity was connected to the grid worldwide, which was a new record for the offshore wind industry. China topped the global rankings for annual offshore wind installation for the fourth consecutive year, with nearly 17 gigawatts of new capacity connected in 2021. This staggering level of growth was due to the expiration of feed-in tariffs for offshore wind at the end of 2021. It is the same policy changes that had triggered a major rush for onshore wind in 2020. China as well. China, the United Kingdom, and Germany are the main countries that have adopted offshore wind so far. You can see here the new offshore wind installation by market in 2021, and here the total offshore wind installations by market in 2021 too. The source is GWEC, Global Wind Energy Council. According to the International Energy Agency, annual offshore wind capacity addition will decline by more than 30% in 2022 compared to 2021, as China's record expansion in 2021 will be halved now that project developers are no longer rushing to avoid expiring subsidies. However, annual global offshore wind installation is forecast to increase by 50% to over 30 gigawatts by 2027, thanks to political support from the European Union, the United States, and China. A growth that, according to the Global Wind Energy Council, will continue worldwide over the next 10 years. Here we can see some example of current tenders. This is coming from a presentation from the company Ørsted in November 2022. As Ørsted noted it in his presentation to investors in November 2022, since the beginning of the year 2022, we have seen increased political support for renewable energy development around the world, exemplified by a target of 30 gigawatts of offshore capacity in the United States by 2030, 65 gigawatts of offshore capacity in the North Sea by 2030, and a target of 20 gigawatts of offshore wind in the Baltic Sea by 2030. Wind Europe, the European Organization for Wind, is thinking that there will be also a strong growth in offshore wind installation in Europe by 2030, with new add-up of up to 160 gigawatts of offshore wind in Europe. US offshore wind energy deployment forecast to 2031. Year 6 here in this graph shows two independent forecasts that is done by 4C and BNAF, Bloomberg New Energy Finance, which expect a strong deployment of offshore wind energy in the United States through or by 2031. The chart illustrates the degree of expected market growth and the possible variability associated with the year, size, and location of future projects. The source is the US Department of Energy. Increasingly powerful offshore wind turbines. The global average offshore wind turbine size has passed the milestone of 1.5 megawatt in 2000, 2.5 megawatt in 2005, and 6 megawatts in 2020. Excluding China and Vietnam, where more of the smaller offshore turbine models have been installed, So the average turbine rating for new installation reached 8.1 megawatt in 2021 and expected to pass the 12 megawatt mark in 2025. I hope this presentation has piqued your interest. Here you will find some sources if you wish to deepen your knowledge. Feel free to ask questions or comment in the comments of the presentation. You can also go to the registered page here, where you will find more topics. So thank you and see you soon, maybe.